this night during the past 4 years. We'd like to welcome you all to the commemoration of the Night of the Ansars, and special thanks and welcoming to our visitors who came from St. Catherine and Toronto and Ottawa and Edmonton and different places to join us, inshallah, this night and celebrate to us and enjoy the brotherhood and sisterhood. So I'd like to request you to say loud salawat for those brothers who crossed hours and hours to come tonight and join us.
And sisters.
And
Another salawat just for the sisters.
I have a question. Where is the man? Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa alihi wa sallam is narrated that he said, once upon a time, a man was leaving his house with the intention to go and visit a brother who lives in another city. And that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala sent an angel in a shape of a human being in front of his house. And the angel asked him, "What are you doing?" And the man said, "My intention is to go and visit my brother who lives in another city." And the angel told him, "Well, is there any materialistic gains or benefits أي نعمة تنتظرها that you expect from this visit, going all this distance just to see him?" The man said, "No, I'm just doing it for the sake of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. I love him for the sake of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala." And the angel told him, "God has sent me as a messenger to tell you that He loves you for the love that you have for your Muslim brother." And so many narrations like that. Our Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam was teaching the Muslims, the early Muslims, and the Imams alayhim salam. The Prophet also is narrated to say that Muslims are like the two hands. One washes the other out of sins. When they meet, their sins will fall like the leaves of trees that falls at fall. And those teachings were very much affecting the Arabs or the Muslims who were living at that point of time. And it was able to transform them from a nation that had no rules, no respect, other than the tribes and the desires, to a nation that was able to make a turning change in history. And we know the stories of Al-Ansar, who hosted their brothers from Al-Muhajirin, to a point in which they shared everything they have with them for the sake of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Those teachings of the Prophet at the time were so transforming that the Islamic brotherhood is one of the special qualities of the early Muslims. And we can see it in the history of the early Sahaba alayhim salam. And this legacy continued with the Sahaba of Imam Ali alayhi salam. And it also continued with the Sahaba of Imam Hussein alayhi salam. We read in the history of Muslims in one of the battlefields in which the Muslims had some hard time and many were wounded. And a man with a jug of water, he was running to an injured Muslim who was just about to die. And when he came to give him water, he said, "No, give it to my brother. Maybe he needed it more." So he runs to the second one. He tells him, "No, my brother is feeling much worse than me. Just give it to him." And he runs to the third one. He found that he died. He comes to the second one. He died. He comes to the first one. And he was dead. that spirit of brotherhood created a society which was able to make something in history. The light of it, we can, until now, 14 centuries after that, we can feel it and we can connect with it. It is in this context that we commemorate the night of the Ansar, of Imam Hussein ASWS, because we feel it's related to us. The average people, many of the Ansar of the Prophet, and Imam Ali ASWS, and Imam Hussein, and all the other Imams, were average people. They were not heads of tribes, they were not kings. They were average individuals who lived at the time, but they were able to understand the message and connect with it strongly. Maybe they don't understand it intellectually, as complex as we philosophize it now, but they implemented it at the time, such a way that were so great in their legacy. And one example of that is the Sahaba of Imam Hussein ASWS. And we are living at a time, at a very tough time in this year, 2011, in Canada and in many places all over the world, where our community, our ummah, whatever it is, it's facing lots of challenges to its identity, to its social system, economical, political. And the solution cannot come to us from a certain institution. We can't import a solution for our problems. We can't wait for a leader to come and magically somehow be able to transform us to good people. It's us who are able to work towards that change, that transforming change, which can make us a strong ummah like that of the Prophet, of Imam, Sahaba of Imam Hussein ASWS. And we chose to commemorate the night of the Ansar because it's very relevant to us, those who aspire to become companions and Sahaba to Imam al-Hujjah ASWS. But we are far away from that example, unfortunately. And we are trying to, step by step, work and aim towards that. But the first and starting point is for us to get together, to care about each other without expectations from the others, to give without asking, and to accept our brothers and sisters without judging them. Those judgments that are dividing the ummah into different sects, and in each sect, different groups that follow certain scholars or certain institutions. We are here to get together as brothers and sisters and share our care toward each other, learning from the legacy of the companions of Imam Hussein ASWS. We are at a time in which our Prophet is not here, and our Imam is not here, and our scholars are far away, and the institutions that are implemented are falling short in addressing the essential needs that we have. So it's only us who can stand up for whatever we need, and we can help each other for that. And alhamdulillah, to commemorate this night, we have many sincere brothers and sisters who volunteered to contribute. From among them, inshallah, we chose 7 brothers and sisters. Each of them will relate to us something that they touched their heart, something that they were affected by, from the stories of the companions of Imam Hussein, and share with us the lessons that they have learned, and they wish to share it with us because they care. So inshallah, without any further ado, I would like to invite Brother Jawad to give the first presentation of the first Ansari. Sallu ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad. Allahumma salli ala